Bhaskar Hivale was born in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra. He was the eldest of 7 children. As a young man, he had lost both his parents at the same time in a plague in 1903, and he had to support his younger siblings. When his parents died, his youngest brother was barely 6 months old. In 1947, the year India won independence, Bhaskar would go on to start the first college in Ahmednagar. Ahmednagar was a desolate, drought-prone city. It was in the largest district of Maharashtra, but it didn't have a college. And with very little money of his own, but a deep understanding of the transformative power of higher education, this boy who had lost his parents as a young man and had to support his own family would go on as an older man to start a college which today has 7,000 students. It's on a 33-acre campus in the heart of the city. As a young student, Bhaskar Hivale had to support himself. But he did his BA in philosophy from Wilson College, Bombay. He supported himself. He went on to study theology. He went to the US, to the oldest theological seminary in the US. He didn't stop there. He went on to do an MA and then a PhD in philosophy from Harvard. He came back to India and he started teaching philosophy at the Wilson College in Bombay from 1930 onwards. He was also editor of a popular Marathi English journal called Gyanodaya, and he did this for 30 years from 1921 to 51. In 1943, when he was a professor of philosophy at Wilson College, he was filled with his vision. Why can't I start a full-fledged college back in my home district of Ahmednagar? It was a famine-stricken district. People didn't know whether they would have enough food for the next year. How could they imagine, funding and sending their children for higher studies to the big cities in, like Bombay or Pune or Calcutta or Madras? And Hivale was by then in his mid-50s, so fairly mature, and he believed that God wanted him to work to offer them a higher education, especially to those who couldn't afford it on their own. So he invested all his personal funds. He raised money from his friends, from philanthropists. Then he started his college in 1947. Initially, it had just about 100 students. And he remained the first principal for the first 4 years, till 1951. And then continued to serve in various capacities till he died in 1961. People who knew him said that he had some outstanding personal qualities. He was a man of deep compassion, love for the deprived. He was consistent, steadfast. He was happy to take up challenges which other people thought were impossible. No one would have been surprised if this grand experiment of his would have failed. But under his leadership, the Ahmednagar College developed a fascinating program which combined the teaching of Sanskrit, Persian with history, philosophy, modern sciences, physical education, even rural education. And he was this adventurer of ideas. He actually said, "Dream big, only fools don't dream." And he had studied philosophy as well as theology. So he was a rare combination of both. He was both an inspiring religious leader as well as a very respected scholar. And that's a combination which we probably need more than ever, even today.